Hello all, myself Siddharth Singh and I am an MDes student at IIT Delhi and I am going to speak about Chris Bangle, a very famous car designer. Chris Bangle is an American car designer and is a former chief of design for BMW Group and was responsible for BMW, Mini and Rolls-Royce brands. He pursued education from Art Center College of Design, Pasadena, California. He began his career with Opel in 1981 and designed interior of Opel Junior concept car, which had many unique elements such as removable dashboard components and seat covers that could be used as sleeping bags. He moved to Fiat in 1985 and designed Fiat Coupe. The car had distinctive angular design with unique scalloped side panels. His career at BMW spans 17 years, starting from 1992. He was the first American chief of design for BMW Group. His designs could be seen in the entire BMW lineup, the 1, 3, 5, 6 and 7 series cars, as well as SUVs such as X3, X5 and X6. He is also famous for concept vehicles such as Z9 Gran Turismo and Gino. His designs were often considered controversial, inciting polarizing views in car design community. He brought in the deconstructivism approach into car design for the very first time. He faced major criticism for the facelift of E65 7 Series car. It was included in Time's 50 worst cars of all times for its rear design. He has always defended his designs very aggressively. As per him, product lines have to follow a cycle of revolutionary generation, followed by an evolutionary generation, followed by yet another revolutionary generation, and so on. The E65 7 Series had to be designed that way in order to not compromise the aerodynamics and a sturdier rear end to account for the new Euro spec rear crash protection standards. He terms the current car design as stuck in a phase he describes as mannerism, where innovation is not happening and designers are still relying on the same approaches and elements they have in the past. Now let's hear from the man himself on his philosophy of cars and design.
Well, in the days that I was in BMW, we did some radical things that we felt were necessary and have subsequently proved out to be at least a trendsetter within the industry. Many people followed where we led. Among those was the rear end of some cars, which was very particular. Those days, we were making cars much taller. They had to be to get above the engines because the engines were taking huge amounts of air in to be more efficient. And we had a real conflict. I mean, roof is going up, tail is going up, but these lines are down here. How do we connect them? So we connected them in a completely new manner for the time, but we felt it was very logical. And at the time, I said, well, I guarantee you when other people get to this problem, they will solve it in the same way. And sure enough, they did. Right? But, well, not only did we get the fustest with the mostest, we got into the press. And, well, so that's maybe how my name also got around. If you were a designer asked to make something that contains liquids, you have to understand what is it that contains liquids. It could be a bucket, a barrel, a can, a glass. And you decide after a year, it's not cans, it's a glass. Now you spend another year deciding which glass. You put teams of designers against each other. Each one believes that their type of glass is the best glass. And you come down to this glass after a year. You believe it's this, but have you really looked at it? So you spend a year then just looking at it and making it perfect. Seeing, really learning to see. So these three phases, understanding, believing, seeing, are what you have to go through. If you think you can skip a phase, you'll wind up going back and repeating.
With this, I would like to conclude this short presentation on Chris Bangle's philosophy on car design. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you.